Hey everyone, welcome to Monday. We're on the frontier of learning, and I just wanted to take a couple quick minutes to kind of set up historically a little bit something we think of as the frontier, and how it has become a kind of central concept, both in the kind of imaginative and creative as well as kind of mythic history of the United States. And obviously, I put these images right here to kind of set up the classic cowboys and Indians, and within that myth hides a whole lot of brutal history. And we can see these kind of statues, Remington's famous statues of cowboys, and the kind of somewhat idealized images of Native Americans really underscores what has been a kind of repeated historical moment of starting here, what is originally really hugging the East Coast, and most things really are within 100 miles of the East Coast in the United States until about 1800. But as we'll see a steady kind of march west, the frontier comes here to Charlottesville in the 1820s and teens, before kind of really settling around the Mississippi River at the time of the outbreak of the Civil War. The next big leap there will be the centuries they thought it would take to settle that land. Turns out will be pretty much divvied up by 1890 when the US Census will declare the frontier closed. And with that comes a great deal of anxiety about without free land, without the place for self reinvention as well as economic opportunity out west, what will happen in the United States? And it follows many other countries at the time in starting to acquire an empire as it imagines itself internationally. There in the Philippines, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, places still where the U.S. is a protector. And then that morphs itself, we think, into one way around the Cold War, thinking of the frontier now being space, the final frontier. It tends to be extremely expensive. But on the other hand, I like to remind people that really the logic of the frontier finds itself most clearly on the internet, in cyberspace, where we talk about laws just being worked out, where people can reinvent themselves, where there has been a great deal of economic opportunity generated. And so, with that, I like you to think about the idea that the frontier, especially before we get into kind of the ethnocentrism of it, is the kind of idea that historically it has been a mobile category that we still find with us today.